Check out my melody. Just one.
Hey, yo. Greetings and salutations. This is Eddie Kingston. Let's talk some mother trucking wrestling. Yonkers.
Suplex Studies.
What's up, everybody?
Welcome in, welcome all to Suplex Studies, a wrestling podcast. This is episode 93. I am Eric Rhodes. Writing this week's solo once again. Had a little scheduling conflict, so no Gator again this week. But do not fret. As long as I am here, there shall be some Suplex Studies. But yes, it's great to be back. It's kind of a slow news week in wrestling. A little weird. Not gonna lie. Yeah, it is kind of slow, isn't it? What's up with that, dude? I don't know. Cody, it's just one of those weeks, I guess. Nothing really in the WWE realm caught my eyes and ears. Well, I guess just the CM Punk rumors that, there's some tension between him and the double. I love double. I love double. That's the only thing that kind of comes to mind. Either that and, well, that's kind of it. Chad Gable giving Rey Mysterio's mask back. I don't know. That's the only thing that I saw from the WWE realm. But no, I think all those rumors about Punk have been shot down pretty quickly. And, I mean, there are so many people talking about Punk going back to AEW. It's like, no way. Really? That's how you know it's a damn slow news week. But, there's just no way, right? I mean, you never say never, right, in wrestling, but I don't know. Punk back to AEW. Not sure if it would ever happen. Doesn't really need to happen. I'd like to see it happen just because I want Punk versus Omega. Ah, man. I'm sure I have said it multiple times before here on the show, so yeah, I'm still hoping for that. You never know, though. But gosh, I don't know. AEW's on a fucking hot streak right now, and everything's been pretty swell over there. Not sure if they need the likes of Punk, but I mean, shit, you might as well if you have the chance. But I don't think there's a chance. I'm pretty sure he's gonna pop back up sooner rather than later back in WWE. Things start heating up towards SummerSlam. Not too much long to go towards that. We have 2 months change, maybe 2 nights in Minnesota, huh? That should be a good time, hopefully. A little preemie action in Minneapolis. But yeah, I don't know. Of course, get this out of the way. If y'all are following us or not following us, go ahead and find us at Suplex Studies at Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. And please like and subscribe here on YouTube if you're with us here, and give us a review on any podcast platform you are listening to us on. It goes a long way. We'd really appreciate it. And before we get into the match of the week, first time I'm going to do a solo match of the week. I just said, fuck it. Why not? Let me grab one that I haven't seen in forever. So that's going to be Cody Rhodes versus Shawn Spears from All Out 2019. I was there for that one, and I'll get more into that here in a bit. But please submit your match, your favorite match of all time, or one that just really speaks to you. We'd love to check it out here, review it, recap it. Doesn't matter if we've seen it or not. And yeah, send it in. I want to know what your favorites are. and check him out. Never know. I might really, really like it. But yeah, just a couple things in AEW. I watched like 4 fucking hours worth of AEW earlier today. I haven't been able to watch live lately. Just all sorts of shit has been coming up. I had of course the Spurs game was on Wednesday night for Dynamite, so I couldn't watch that live. What a fucking heartbreaker that was for San Antonio, eh? Fucking dumbass De'Aaron Fox. Bloody fucking hell, mate. How you gonna fuck that shit up, huh? I mean, that was just an all-time dumbassery move of not draining the clock at the very end. But of course, you can't blow a fucking 30-point lead, damn near 30-point lead. Plenty of other mistakes, but will be interesting to see. Can it be done 3 in a row for the Spurs comeback? Jeez.
Yeah.
Man, 2 1-point loss games. So both that should have been wins for the Spurs, but hey, alas, they are down 3-1, and Danhausen's bloody fucking Knicks might be taking a world title. So we'll be curious to see. I don't know. But yeah, I won't be able to catch a Collision or the next Spurs next game on Saturday. I'll be at a show there in Houston. So yeah, I'll be catching up with the Collision, the Spurs afterwards, I imagine. But let's see. I thought this was fucking crazy. So Maya World replaces Sari in the Owen Hart tournament and pulls a crazy ass upset over Sky Blue to advance to the semifinal against Athena. I just thought this was so wild. Like, holy shit. I guess Sky Blue was slated to lose anyway against Sari, so it shouldn't have shocked me too much, but it was still very shocking. So congrats to Maya World, and rest in peace to her brother. That's just very unfortunate. And fucking sucks. So yeah, you hate to see that, but man, what an upset. I really couldn't believe it. I was like, what the fuck? No way. Look at that. It's always cool to be pretty surprised in wrestling, and wherever you can get that surprise factor, it's always fun. So but yeah, moving on from that, in the AEW sphere, we have Kenny Omega versus Zack Sabre Jr. coming up at Forbidden Door at the end of the month. ZSJ laid down the challenge to the Best Bout Machine. This will be the first time they'll fight in America, he was saying. So, yeah, this is pretty interesting. We haven't seen much of Kenny lately, so it'll be cool to see him back in the fold and hopefully getting his eyes set back on the AEW World title. Because, man, we had a lot of conflict, actually, on this Dynamite. Specifically between the Jet, Kevin Knight, and Andrade El Idolo, stablemates in the Don Callis family. Both have their eyes set on the world title. MJF's Triple B, the big, beautiful belt, I believe. That is a big, beautiful belt. I really don't like the brown strap, though, the Burberry strap. Not for me. I like the black. It's just such a better, crispier look on that world title, you know?
Oh, yeah, you want to taste that title, Eric? Yeah, you'll never get a taste.
No, I won't. I won't, Kingston. Mr. Eddie. Where the fuck have you been? Why aren't your eyes set on this world title?
The AEW World Championship is the greatest achievement you can have in the sport. And you know what? I am excited to be in the hunt once again. But that time isn't now. But, fucking Yonkers,
Well, that would be pretty sick, and you with that world title, Eddie Kingston. God damn. Would love to see that, but alas, I don't know. Lots of people in line, and yeah, Andrade. Someone was saying Andrade versus MJF at Grand Slam, Mexico. So that would be early August. That would be cool. That'd be a good build to that. Yeah, about 2 months. That's like fresh off the heels of AEW Redemption over there in Canada. So, I don't know. I wonder if MJF puts the title on the line there, because he's not doing it at Forbidden Door. There's a 6-on-6 steel cage match between Team Mark Briscoe and Team MJF. So we have that to look forward to as well. But also happening at Forbidden Door, we're going to have Swerve versus Ospreay in the Owen Hart final. So yeah, that was pretty predictable. I'm pretty sure myself and many others were saying that was going to happen. So there it is. Swerve, Ospreay. Swerve, of course, a former AEW World Champion. I don't think he's going to pick up this win, though. Ospreay's got that shit in the bag. For sure. But yeah, like I said, very slow news week. That's all I kind of have. Was kind of scrolling through some websites on the wrestling websites, that is, and yeah, nothing really of note happened. So fuck it, we move on to our match of the week. All right, let us get into it. Cody Rhodes versus Shawn Spears, AEW All Out. This took place on August 31st, 2019. There's an attendance of 10,500 at the Sears Center Arena in Chicago, Illinois. Although the Wikipedia listed as Hoffman Estates, Illinois. It's the suburb of there, Chicago. And yeah, like I mentioned earlier, I went to this show. It's my first time in Chicago. Awesome city. I love that place. I've only been one more time since, so yeah, I'd like to get back out there, especially for a wrestling show. An AEW show specifically would be fucking great. So I don't know if and when that happens, but I'd love to do that. But yeah, Cody Rhodes and Shawn Spears here. I remember this being such a heated feud up to this point because of the chair shot that took place at Fyter Fest. I think the couple months before this, and it was just cool. It was a good build between these two guys, and the hatred it felt palpable, and fucking Cody Rhodes calling Shawn Spears a good hand really got under the skin of Spears, and he did not like that. Fucking took off Cody Rhodes' head. Oh my god, busted him real nasty with that chair. Man, gushing blood he was. Jesus Christ, that was fucking nasty. We saw it quite a few times in this video package that they played here at All Out. And, if I had watched it on MyAEW, they have, I think, the entire AEW pay-per-view library on there. So, yeah, just, if you're here stateside, just use the VPN. Set that shit to the UK and damn, $20 a month. Get the pay-per-view and the AEW library. It's the greatest damn deal in wrestling, for sure. At least I think it is. I don't know, I kind of do miss New Japan World. But, just because their library is so fucking badass, too. There's so many things I haven't watched in New Japan. But yeah, I think it might be on HBO Max as well. I know they have the special events tab, or something like that. Just search up AEW. It might be in there. But yeah, this isn't your typical AEW match. This is very, I guess with any Cody Rhodes match, it's very that style, WWE style, kind of lots of strikes and whatnot. Cody isn't necessarily boring per se in this, that like the way I view him as now, but he still is kind of the same flavor, which isn't a bad thing. He just has his own style, and it really got my wheels spinning. Like damn, I really like Shawn Spears here, and I'm just kind of, I think my memory is so shot with all of this early AEW stuff because I've seen all of it, and but I was wondering, like, damn, who else did Spears lock it up with singles wise? I feel like he didn't have too many featured singles matches such as this one, and I think they really fucked up Spears' run, and I wonder if it could have gone any better for him. I thought he was such a good promo and had a very intimidating strong style, if you will, in the ring. He imposed his will very well, I thought, and I just thought he had a really fucking cool presentation in AEW. Like, his whole look here is off the charts. I mean, there were years that I was begging for this action figure to be made, and it fucking was. Jazzwares ended up doing it. I love that blue is so damn cool. And I really love the contacts that Spears had here. I just thought it was one of the coolest looks ever for him. And fucking Cody Rhodes has some cool gear too, with his Star Trek getup and all of the people around him. Fucking DDP comes out of nowhere. I thought that was so funny. Who's there? Brandy Rhodes and of course MJF round out that crew. Oh, and Pharaoh, of course, who's like really scared of the fireworks coming in on the entrance. So, that was in the first AEW action figure set, Unrivaled Series 1. It was the Chase 1 of 500. That Star Trek Cody, which is like the most expensive AEW figure, pretty much a grail figure for a lot of AEW collectors, including myself. I don't know if I'll ever have the that much disposable cash. We're talking like $1,600 or something. It's valued at, I think. So that's just fucking insane. I don't think I'll ever spend that much on an action figure. It would just be, that's just fucking crazy to me. But thankfully that Shawn Spears is not that expensive at all. But that one is also a Chase. It was a 1 of 3,000. But one of the coolest AEW figures, and just really dig that shit. But back to the match here. MJF is coming down the ramp there, and Earl Hebner is our ref, and he tells Cody to select one of the 3 in his entourage to stay there with him. He picks MJF, and then MJF pretty much disses DDP. He kind of throws up his bang sign and turns it downwards, and just throwing shade at DDP. And he's just such a fucking, you could tell he's a snake in the grass throughout this whole match. He's getting Cody into so much trouble at times, and the commentary booth, who's JR Golden Boy, I believe his name was, and Excalibur, they're talking like it's a lack of experience on MJF's part. But yeah, Tully Blanchard helps out Shawn Spears so many times here during this, and it's pretty much all MJF's fault at multiple times. So he's fucking Cody real bad. Unintentionally or intentionally, I'm not entirely sure, but with MJF, you know he's a motherfucking Jones. Can't trust that guy. What else we got here? We had a lot of Cody chants in the beginning, so the crowd loves him here at this point in time, but it was pretty easy to hate Shawn Spears going into this. But yeah, I don't know. Being a part of this crowd, it was pretty fucking cool. It was a good one. Love the energy. All of these early AEW shows had a lot of great energy, and yeah, I'm wondering. Oh man, I had my camera here at this show, so I captured quite a lot of awesome pics. I haven't really released a lot of them. There's some on my Instagram, Kreutzrath Customs over there. Y'all can check them out. That's some of like the earliest stuff I was posting on there. But yeah, one of the very few AEW shows I got my camera into and got some pretty decent shots. Some that I featured on this episode's cover. So yeah, let's see. Oh, you know what I noticed here? During Shawn Spears' entrance, there was an actual Titantron. There weren't too many pieces of video going in and out of it, but it was interesting to see that because as of now, I mean, it just shows wrestlers' names and that's pretty much it. You know, there's not really anything more than that on the AEW screens as during people's entrances. So I don't know. I'd like to see more of that actually, but yeah, I don't know. I didn't look for on Cody's to see if there was, but there might have been. I kind of want to watch the rest of this show. I haven't seen it back. I'm trying to remember. I don't think. Oh, you know what? Gator and I covered the main event of this show. I think that's it. That's the only other All Out 2019 one we've done here on Suplex Studies. But, yeah, no. This match starts off. Well, it doesn't necessarily start off with this, but the action starts with Cody hitting a badass suicida through the corner of the ring to Shawn Spears on the outside. Yeah, and they brawl through the crowd a little bit. Fucking Cody punches Tully Blanchard before they get into the crowd. I thought that was fucking crazy. Oh, dude, and another thing, I ran into Tully Blanchard at the airport from here in San Antonio on my way to Chicago. So that was pretty neat. I had went up to him. I was like, yo, what's up, Tully? How you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Nice to meet you. And yeah, we went up out our way. But no, I thought that was... there's decent odds you run into wrestlers if you're in the same town. At the airport, of course. But yeah, fucking... the guys get back into the ring not too long after that, and they get back to the outside, I think, relatively quickly, and we get Cody Rhodes' signature power slam on the outside. Pretty brutal looking. One of the best power slams in the biz, behind Samoa Joe and Randy Orton, of course, but it's still pretty good, Cody's power slam in its own right, I thought. And oh my god, yeah, speaking of the MJF fuck ups, Earl Hebner has his back to the action on the outside, and Tully Blanchard ends up like hooking Cody's arm, and Spears low blows Cody. It's like, god damn, how the fuck is Hebner that occupied with MJF over there? But you know, that's just the way it is, especially with Hebner. He gets very, very animated at times. At one point, he gets all up in Spears' face because Spears like starts backing Hebner down. But that's something you can expect from Earl Hebner. Man, at one point the crowd was chanting "fuck you" something. I had no idea what it was. It wasn't "fuck you, Cody," because I don't know if we ever got those. I'm pretty sure we did. Cody, can you confirm or deny?
You know, if it happened, I might have blocked that shit out of my memory because, you know, that's not good for the mind or the soul. And I just think it's very rude of the crowd. You know, they started to turn on me in AEW, and I didn't really appreciate that. I thought that was bullshit.
quite frankly. And yeah, fuck those fans. The WWE Universe wouldn't do that to me. Well, I wouldn't be so certain about that, Cody. There depends now. Depends on the city. Really. I've heard some animosity towards you as of late there in the double. Well, I think you just probably need to get your ears checked, Eric. All right? Christian, was that you? What are you doing here? Hey, yeah, I don't know. Kind of just came out of nowhere there. Sorry. Like these guys, Cody, Spears, good dudes, good hands, right? Yeah, I don't know what they were saying though. Fuck you something. Oh, couldn't tell. Shawn Spears was hitting a fuck ton of chops, knife edge chops. Those looked really good. They look like they hurt like a bitch though, for sure. Dude, we had 0 suplexes. The only thing close to it was Shawn Spears hangs Cody while they're on the outside onto the top rope in a suplex position. So, I don't know, half a suplex, but nah, fuck that. 0 suplex, unfortunately, this week. What do we have? This was a pretty cool moment. I like the hanging DDT by Shawn Spears to the apron. I remember getting a shot of that, a shot or two of that on my camera. Thought that was pretty cool. That might have been one of my favorite moments, if not my favorite. No, I like the Cody Suicida in the beginning. That shit was pretty nice. There's a good Cody cutter there. True that, yes. Just looking at my notes here. Let's see. Oh, and then that Cody cutter was followed by an Alabama slam. Although Excalibur called it a water wheel slam. I had never heard of that one. Never heard that before. What else here? Oh, no, fuck that. Never mind. This is my favorite moment. So, not too long after that, they make their way to the outside of the ring again. And Shawn Spears hoists Cody up in the fireman's carry position and hits him with the Death Valley driver, a fucking nasty one to the steel ramp. And I just fucking loved that, man. This was the brutality I was talking about with Shawn Spears. He could really turn that shit on. And I really, really love that about him during this AEW run. And man, he's a guy I'd like to watch in NXT now. I don't know how heavily featured he is anymore. I know he was for a while, but from what I was seeing, I just didn't like the faction he was in, or I know he was taking a lot of losses, but granted, I did not really tune in at all to that show, so I wonder how he's doing right now. Y'all let me know. I'm not really sure what he's up to over there, but yeah, dude, I really think he should have had a TNT championship run at some point. I mean, how the fuck did you not work that in there for that guy? I thought that could have been just a layup for sure. With how much that title was changing hands and how many early champions there were, I don't know. I thought they could have easily done that. Sure, he couldn't have. He should have. He could have been in the world title picture, but man, it was just too stacked at the time, especially with like CM Punk entering a few years after that. But I'm pretty sure Spears was still around at that time. But yeah, not too long after this, we get Spears involved with MJF and Tully as well, with the Pinnacle, of course. I want to say that starts to happen early COVID. So March, April, they're already associated. We see them playing cards, I think ringside or some shit. I don't know, but these guys were definitely you could see them coming together early on, before, like, several months before the Pinnacle even formed. So I always thought that was pretty cool, seeing those tiny details take shape later on. But yeah, that DVD was my favorite part, without a doubt. The MJF and Tully scuffle was pretty funny. I thought Tully goes in, he steps in the ring on one side of the turnbuckle, goes back out, and then goes around the other side of the turnbuckle and comes back in. I was like, what? There's a lot of wasted movement there. I don't know, really know what he was doing. And then, yeah, him and MJF square off. Kind of a funny moment there. What really fucking... The only thing I really didn't like about this match was Shawn Spears takes off Cody Rhodes' weight belt at one point, and Hebner... This is what I was talking about earlier when Hebner was getting in his face. It was over this weight belt, so... yeah, Spears, Mr. Pierce... I get that from the Major Wrestling Figure podcast. I don't know. I can't remember who they said called Shawn Spears that. Teddy Long, maybe? I don't fucking know. Either way, so Shawn Spears has the weight belt. He ends up giving it to Hebner as Hebner backs him into the corner, into Tully Blanchard, who then hands off his belt, Tully's belt that is, to Shawn Spears. Shawn Spears gets one lick into Cody with Hebner's back turned, and then Hebner turns around rather quickly and just doesn't do anything about this belt. Shawn Spears proceeds to whip Cody not once but twice in front of Earl Hebner. So it made absolutely zero fucking sense that Hebner didn't DQ him here. Like, what? I mean, it's a smaller belt, granted, but a belt's a belt. It's a foreign object. It's a DQ. I don't know what the fuck happened here, but commentary doesn't even acknowledge it. Very odd. Really didn't understand that. But yeah, that's kind of the bulk of this match here. We had some 10 chants as Earl Hebner was chanting Cody to get back into the ring after that DVD. Fucking stupid ass Ty Dillinger 10 chants. Could never escape that, could he? I mean, it's not that bad of a thing. It's good that people remember sometimes, bring that shit forward. But oh my god, so this was probably the biggest moment too, and it didn't even involve Cody. Did involve Shawn Spears, but Arn Anderson comes out and amidst, Tully Blanchard getting heavily involved. Arn comes out, the crowd fucking goes crazy, pops hard as hell as Arn Anderson spine busts Shawn Spears. Spine on the pine. What a beautiful spine buster by the legendary Arn Anderson. Leaving Tully Blanchard mystified. And I'm wondering if we don't see off camera during the spine buster, but I can't tell if Earl Hebner ejects Tully Blanchard, because Tully Blanchard follows Arn up the ramp and then he leaves Spears behind. So I don't know if that's what happened there, but either way, that's pretty much a wrap there. Cody Rhodes Shawn Spears brings in the chair, I think, and then Cody grabs it from him, tosses it to Spears, and hits him with like a disaster kick, I think they called it. And then boom, Crossroads, 1, 2, 3. Bang bang, Cody Rhodes wins. And yeah, not too bad of a match, not the best ever. I really, really wonder what like Shawn Spears' best match in AEW was. I'm pretty bad at remembering all that shit, but I know there's got to be some hidden gems in there. Damn, did Shawn Spears face CM Punk? Why do I feel like Punk squashed Shawn Spears at some point? I think that did happen. Damn, that's fucked up if it did. I think it did because I remember being like so upset that it was that quick of a match. Let's see. Should I look it up really quickly? Let me see. Oh yeah, Eric. Let me bust out the Google machine. Yeah, don't you worry. Let's check it out. Yeah, let's see here. Beep up, boop up. Yep, January 19th, 2022. Spears face Punk on Dynamite. So, yeah. It was 12 seconds. Punk immediately hit his finisher right as the bell rang, it says. While MJF was on guest commentary. That was... like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? You couldn't give Spears a longer match? I don't know. That shit was so annoying. Well, maybe I'll check out another Spears match later on. It won't be that one, but yeah, let's see. After the bell, we had MJF holding that chair, kind of teasing his heel turn, or not his heel turn. He's already a heel at this point, kind of by all accounts, really. I mean, you can just tell he's wearing a mask. But yeah, he has that chair and kind of he tosses it away and, you know, starts gassing up Cody Rhodes there. But it was so weird. Right after the match, they like recap the whole fucking match for some reason and do all like the highlights of it. Like, why we just watched this whole damn thing? Why do we need to? I couldn't really understand that, but yeah, that is all I have for this week. That concludes our match of the week. I hope you all enjoyed that episode, and we will be back next week. So be on the lookout. And with that, I must bid you adieu, goodbye, good night,
Bang, bang. Yeah, 'cause we out this motherfucker.
Yeah. See y'all next week. Hope you have a lovely weekend. Oh, yeah. Sayonara.